Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. I want to go ahead and toot, 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 toot. I want to toot my own horn just for a couple of seconds. So I was over here minding my business, and some of the cousins were telling me in the comments section that Sharice had done an interview with Carlos King. I knew about the interview, but I didn't watch the interview. I just saw clips here and there floating around on social media. And they said that Sharice used the term the Real Housewives of Potomac. She said something along the lines of, the people say it's the Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, the people is Rodney the Voice. Be very clear, I was the one who coined the term. I'm the one who said that they are called the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, be very clear. So when Sharice says the people, she's really talking about Rodney the. Spell the ghetto way. Shout out to Nate. Girl, spell the ghetto way. T-H-A. Okay? So yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. But I definitely was the first to use the word Potomac as a result of how they kind of show us their lives on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Potomac. Anyways, so yeah, I wanted to just toot my horn just for a couple of seconds and just we always over here kicking and laughing, and I know the people be watching. Okay, whether they watch clips or whether they watch the whole review, I know the people be sticking their head in here trying to see what's going on. It's all right. We know. We know, because you're using my lingo, girl. You're using my lingo, okay? Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the review. You know what's so crazy, y'all? This episode was just okay to me. I felt like it was a filler episode. I don't know, I just wasn't that interested. So we just gonna talk. Okay. So Kay has a billboard. So congratulations to Kay. When I tell you Kay's mother, oh girl, that lady is stunning to me. When I tell you, like, Kay is gorgeous. Her mother, when I tell you Mama Kay is like, oh, when they show that lady's face, I'd be like, girl, that is a mug. Girl, I have said, and I'm gonna even take credit for this too. I have said that Potomac is really the prettiest cast. They are. This season, like, they really have the prettiest cast as far as like the housewives. Anyways, so Kay's mother, they're all out about, I guess, they're about to see the billboard. And Kay's mother just basically congratulates Kay. And then Greg is there. I'm not saying that Greg is drunk, but Greg does come across as someone who is always inebriated in some of his scenes. Like, even in this scene, he was like, I'm proud of you too. You deserve all the accolades and all that good stuff. Girl, Greg always gives me like he took a couple of swigs before he shoots his scenes, and he just comes across as, girl, Karen's homeboy. I'm just saying. Girl, just to watch it when Greg speaks, it comes across as very like drunk. Yeah, congratulations to you too, baby. You deserve all the accolades and you all that good stuff. I said, oh, girl. Anyways, so I don't know if Kay came up with the billboard or not, because the billboard actually said turn back the clock, and then you heard Kay screaming, turn the clock back. I said, girl, where? Girl, because your billboards say turn back the clock, but you're screaming, girl, turn the clock back. Girl, no, girl. Y'all messed the billboard up. Okay, anyways. So Tia basically goes to her old home. Maybe I missed something I had to have missed something with Tia's story. So her father, I thought that Tia had just moved to the DMV. But I guess her father lived there, or they would visit when she was younger. Nonetheless, Tia's their childhood home. Tia basically stopped. The people that live in the home now allowed Tia to stop by with her sister and her kids to basically see the home. So I thought that was nice. It was very emotional for Tia. Emotional for Tia. She was crying. She cried a couple of times, which I can understand. People who it people who it is like an emotional attachment to your childhood home. It just is. People know. So Ashley, Giselle, and Wendy, they go out for lunch. Girl, I'm gonna have to tug on Wendy's wig again this episode. Y'all know Wendy is my girl, but I pride myself on being fair. Okay? And Wendy, we gotta tug on your bob. We're gonna have to tug on your bob. Girl, just a tad bit this episode, because at one point I said, girl, shut the fuck up. Okay? I will say this much regarding Wendy, though. I do think it's unfair for people to always feel as though Wendy just wants to be in Giselle's face. The fact of the matter is, Wendy is a veteran on this show. And Wendy has been on this show since season 5. It's season 10. I also believe this too. And I've said this about myself. We say we want the girls to move on, but really and truly, we don't want the girls to move on. If Wendy is willing to move forward with Giselle, and Giselle is willing to move forward with Wendy, and girl, we're going to get into Ashley in a little bit, then let it be what it is. We say we want the girls to work through their issues. We know the show is about conflict resolution. But then when the girls actually start to move on, then we pull the, oh, girl. Well, not we. Some of y'all. No shade. Oh, girl, we knew you just wanted to be up Giselle's ass anyways. But then if Wendy wasn't willing to move on, then it would be, oh, Wendy, girl, you just holding on to stuff, let shit go. Or you holding the group back. Like, I just feel like sometimes we don't, like, the girls can't win for losing. It's like they're kind of damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. If they move forward, we hold stuff over their heads and remind them of what happened in the past. If they hang on to stuff too long, then it's like, it's not that deep. Girl, you need to move on. I don't necessarily think that Wendy wants to be up Giselle's ass. I think that Wendy is moving. I don't think Wendy doesn't give a fuck that much. It's sad to say. I don't think that Wendy really considers any of these women's friends. Maybe because she's going through shit and she wants some people on her side. But I really don't think that Wendy. Girl, how many times have we seen Wendy hang out with any of these girls outside of the show? Except for Candace. Hello? I think I saw a picture of her and Stacey the other day. Other than that, I have not seen one picture of Wendy hanging out with any of these women outside of this show since season 5. Except for Candace and Stacey. Anyways, but I just want to say that. Wendy says that Angel is like a wet blanket. Giselle says that Angel claims that she wanted to get to know us, but we were duped. We got to tug on Giselle wigs too. I mean, Giselle, girl. Giselle, we definitely got to tug on Giselle's wig. Ashley's having a birthday party. It's like a 6 to 60 birthday party. It's for her son and I think her uncle. Then I also think she said some of her aunts or some more people in the family. They all really have birthdays around the same time. So I guess she's just throwing one big birthday party. Girl, whatever. Sheila. Sheila announces that her man is now going to basically rehab, to a treatment center. Uncle Lump, which is Sheila's brother, girl, if you didn't watch, you wouldn't know. But girl, you could tell he got frustrated. He was basically like, "Why are we talking? Like we talking about your man? Who gives a fuck?" That's the energy he was giving. Like we talking about him now? Okay, girl. I was like, "Oh, girl, they about to fight." I don't know who that lady was. I hate to say this. Anytime Ashley scenes, that's how I know. Like when Ashley scenes pop up, like I'm kind of like I'm barely paying attention. Like I'm not barely paying attention. Okay, girl, I'm barely paying attention, girl. I'm listening. I watched the episode twice, but I'm not that interested in Ashley because it's kind of like, girl, I hear what I hear. It is what it is. But Ashley, I don't know. It sounds so messed up. So I'm saying all that to say, I know they put names on the screen of who the persons the people are. So it was a woman. And I don't know who the woman was. I assumed it was Uncle Lump's and Sheila's mama, Ashley's grandmother. I assumed, but I'm not sure. So anyways, they're basically talking and saying, well, it's better for him and everyone else. And then Ashley says something along the lines of like, yeah, it'll be better for the family. And then the woman, who I'm assuming maybe it was their sister. But it was a woman. And she says, well, he was always fine with me. And then you heard people in the background saying, oh, mom loves him. Oh, mom loves him. And I just was like, girl, that's exactly why your daughter, your niece, your cousin, I don't know who that's exactly why Sheila act the way she act. Girl, because you over here hyping up a nigga who ain't shit. Why? You shouldn't even want to fix your fucking mouth to say some shit, oh, well, he was always fine with me. And then you hear people in the background talking about mom loves him. Girl, what? She love an ain't shit nigga? A nigga who Ashley doesn't too much care for. His biological daughter, I think, isn't that his biological daughter, Ashley's sister, doesn't care for. Your daughter, or whoever Sheila is to you, over here throwing up blood, working 12, 13-hour shifts, taking care of this nigga. They lived in a tent before, right? And you up here talking with a smile on your face talking about, oh, he was fine with me. Probably because you were the one who treated him like he was gold. You're probably she literally gave me, I hate to be dragging this woman. I ain't even dragging her. I hate to be talking about this lady like this, but girl, you are the reason, like you are the definition of having a piece of a man is better than having no man. Because I wouldn't even fix my mouth. If anything, my reaction would have been more like Uncle Lump's. Girl, I don't want to talk about this nigga on my birthday. Girl, fuck him. Girl, I'm about to say fuck you too. Okay? Ashley says, well, you didn't have to live with him. I said, now I'm with Ashley. Was she right? Girl, she basically told her, girl, shut the fuck up. You didn't have to live with him, so you don't know. And then did y'all hear what Sheila said? Well, if I feel like I'm better than ever. I said, bitch, when I tell you, bitch, this family is a mess, because that's exactly what Ashley used to say when she would get caught up in shit with Michael. Well, Michael was out here sucking dick, allegedly. I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay? Well, Michael was out here, girl, getting caught up in hotel rooms with bitches and shit. Girl, supposedly out here getting caught on the grinder. Girl, out here supposedly paying to suck on cock. Girl, down in the DMV. Girl, Ashley would always come back and say, we're better than ever. Better than ever. Girl, we're better than ever. We're better than ever. We're better than ever. And here goes Sheila talking about, I feel like I'm better than ever. Girl. At least with Ashley, girl. Let me shut up. So Monique is having a party. It's a a book release party. Some of y'all didn't watch Love and Marriage DC, but it was a woman named Arena. I think that's her name. And her husband, Jamie. Baby, Jamie fine as hell. That's a nice looking man. Girl, Jamie fine. And I think he lost some weight, got his little body together. Jamie, that's a nice looking man, but let me stop looking at y'all husbands. But Arena, I think, would be amazing. I think Arena tried to be on Potomac before. To me, quiet as it's kept, it's another girl named Ashley Silva. I think that's her name. She was on Love and Marriage DC too. Did I say Love and Marriage DC? Yeah, Love and Marriage DC. That was a show that Monique was on after she left Potomac. And then Arena, I saw Arena in the crowd. Anyways, I think Arena would be a fabulous addition to Potomac. I also think that Ashley Silva would be like the firecracker. She don't want to accept her role. Ashley, girl, if you run across this video, girl, you're gonna have to just accept the role that, girl, you are the villain, girl. Girl, you the King of Moore. Okay, that's just what it is. So, girl, I think Ashley would be a great fit for Potomac, and I think that Arena would too. I'm hoping that if Monique comes back next season, she introduces Arena as her friend. Yeah, I think that would be fab. Arena is like a fab girl. Like, she bad as fuck. Arena, now that's a bad bitch. Arena, she bad as fuck. Like, I think Arena just would be a good addition to Potomac. Anyways, so, I don't know. Girl, I feel like Monique is fake. Oh, I hate this because Monique, I was looking at Monique's face. I said, baby, this bitch, that's another one, girl. They got some mugs on Potomac. Girl, when I tell you Potomac is mug city, it really, really is. Got my nose itch, sorry. Monique's mother is gorgeous. Like, I think that was her mother. I saw a lady, I think that was her mother. Anyways. Monique is low-key kind of fake to me. And I'm not changing my mind on this. I'm not saying in every scenario you have to get in contact with people who did you wrong in order for you to heal, because I do not believe that. I believe in this scenario, it is weird to me that Monique said out of her mouth, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, Monique said this whole healing journey started because of what? Because of the fight. It is weird that she is writing a book, love letters on this healing journey, but the fight is what made you go on this journey. But a big part of the healing journey, I would think, will be getting in contact with a person who you refer to as your little sister. If you can sit your black ass down with Giselle black ass, if the healing journey is really real, you would have gotten in contact with Candace, because that's where it starts at. I'm not changing my mind. I'm not. This ain't no show shit. If you're really on a healing journey, but you're telling us that it started with the fight, then I would assume that you would get in contact. It's not like I'm saying, girl, get in contact with the man who violated you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying get in contact. I'm saying that if in this scenario with Monique, if she's really on this healing journey, it is weird that she can sit down, especially on TV, and have a conversation with Giselle, apologize to Giselle, apologize about her daughter, apologize to Giselle's daughter, but you can't have a conversation with Candace, but you say that this started due to the fight? Girl, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. She also refers to herself as a binder bitch. Isn't it insane now? This is why I be saying Monique is low-key fake. But she kind of said this too, that when she was with Chris, it was all about the optics. You know, now Monique is cursing. You know, before she didn't curse. Now she curse. Now she's the binder bitch. Okay, girl. So basically, everyone has binders. And everyone has a tab. You're supposed to write something about yourself on your tab, and then write something about everybody else on their tab. And then, of course, she pulled the okie doke and then when everybody was finished, she made everybody trade binders. Stacy was like, oh my God, no, 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 no. And she made a joke. Like, girl, now the last time I was across the table, it didn't end well for someone. I said, girl. Well, girl, you was walking around here too with a bloody ass mouth, so don't forget. Wendy calls Kay fake. Angel and Ashley get into it because Ashley wrote Angel is a catfish. Angel ripped up the piece of paper. I thought it was dumb. I don't know. This episode just wasn't hitting to me like that. Wendy. This is why I said, Wendy, girl, shut the fuck up. Angel and Ashley get into it because Angel still feels some way about the eviction comment. Wendy then says, you don't know these women. No, if you don't know these women, you wouldn't take it to heart. I know it takes some time. And then she says something like, you know, me and Ashley have gotten into it. And then I'll be like, girl, Ashley, shut up. And then we kind of move on. I get what she's trying to say, right? Like, girl, you hold on to stuff too much. Girl, you're going to have to let stuff go around here. And on some real shit, girl, it's really not that deep. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. Like, girl, they said you got evicted. Girl, you ain't get evicted, girl. We're not going to be talking about this eviction for no 5 and 6 episodes. Like, it's been some shit that happens on these shows that be for real, deep for real. You know what I'm saying? And I can see how it can drag out. We're not going to keep dragging after catfish. We just not going to keep doing that. So I got what she was trying to say. Girl, you're going to have to eventually get to the point where you can address stuff and move on. Stuff happens and then you'll think about it and then come back and then we still talking about the shit when you should have talked about it a long time ago. Now, with that being said, Wendy, shut the fuck up. Girl, I don't know why you feel the need to run to Giselle and Ashley's aid, especially where you and Ashley at today. You don't need to fight Ashley and Giselle's battles. Now, I'm not mad at the girls for moving on, but I also agree with moving on with caution. I can move on, but my good eye is still going to be on you. This one going to be on you, and this one going to be on you at all times. And I didn't think it was a need for Wendy to hop in for Giselle and Ashley. Because now we look up, Ashley talking about, girl, we singing melodies, not felonies. Now that was a bitch you was just defending down to the book release, right? Now it's Zen Win is going to the pen. But remember, she was the one you was just defending. I bet you wish you would have kept your motherfucking mouth closed down. You see what I'm saying? Anyways. So Angel is basically saying how she's basically over Ashley. And someone says something, so are you trying to say she can't come on the trip? And then Angel says, like, why would I continue to pour effort and time and love into trying to plan a trip with people who basically don't fuck with me? I'm paraphrasing. And so then Giselle says, well, if this is my bestie. Girl, now that's your bestie. I say, baby, this show, baby, they all fake as fuck. Girl, now that's your bestie. No. Ashley's your lap dog, okay? She ain't your bestie. Your bestie is Robin. Okay, that's your bestie, okay? Anyways, she says, well, this is my bestie, and if she doesn't go, then I'm not going either. And then Giselle says in the confessional, we haven't even done anything to you, Angel. Girl, this is what I be talking about. And she says it a couple of times this episode. Whether you like Angel or not, whether you think she's a good housewife or not, whether you think she should come back or not, I don't give a fuck. But we're not going to pretend that they have not done things to this girl. Angel ain't innocent. I've already called out Angel. But Giselle, even though it might not be on the same level as falsely accusing a husband of sexual assault, you have been fucking with this girl. So either Giselle likes to rewrite history, either she likes to gaslight the fuck out of people, either she's nuts, or either Giselle just does shit and then she just forgets about it. I don't know. It's weird. But we're not gonna sit here and act like Giselle ain't been fucking with Angel. Angel can be sensitive, yes. Angel can be someone who, I don't know, Angel could just be a sensitive person. But it doesn't take away from the fact that you've been fucking with a girl too. And that she has a reason to feel the way that she feels. So anyways, Monique hasn't really been around. So Monique goes up to Angel and it's like, girl, what's going on? I didn't know all this was going on between you and Ashley. At one point she says, I didn't expect this to take a turn. I didn't anticipate this this to happen. Monique, that's why I be saying, girl, you fake. And you heard Wendy say, girl, really? Like, Monique, you literally had people write what they thought about each other in the binder. And then you had people pass the binders around. And even you said that you're a binder bitch and you hope that God works on you but doesn't take away the shady aspect that you have inside of you. Girl, you knew that was your goal for the girls to fight, and that's okay. Girl, just be like, girl, I was being shady. Like, Angel almost got on my nerves at the end when she tried to act like she wasn't being shady. Girl, just say I was being shady. Hell yeah, I was being shady, because bitch, you're not going to keep talking to me and treat me like shit and think I'm not going to get my lick back. Period. Now let's move on, okay? Anyways, Stacey had called Angel at one point. Girl, when I tell you Bravo is so fucking messy. Did y'all see when the producers, when Stacey called Angel, you know they always call each other on speakerphone. But you know, I don't know if you know this, but for those of us who have an iPhone, you can set your picture. You can set your picture on your phone, I believe, so that like if I call you, the picture that you have set up pops up on your phone. Or you could just set I guess you could set your own picture. But anyways, so I don't know. I'm assuming that may be the picture that Angel has set up on her. So when people, like when she, like whenever you're talking to her, like that's the picture that comes up. Girl, did y'all notice how like the camera man kept the camera on the phone so we could see the picture of Stacey? So anyways, they make it to Colorado. Stacey's already there getting everything prepared. I felt, I understood what the girls were saying, right? They got there. I would have been low-key frustrated too, because I guess from the airport, it was an hour to get to the house that they were going to be staying in. And then Angel's house is also an hour away from that house. Girl, that is a lot. So, girl, now we got to wait. So when we go to your house, we got to drive an hour to get there and then an hour to get back. And are we going to be going to your house every day? Like, girl, so I get it. But Angel don't want them in her motherfucking house quite yet. I felt like they just wanted, because Ashley and Giselle were really on the, Monique made a couple of comments too. But like I said, I understand it, because if they were under the impression that we were going to be staying at your house, but then we get here, we're at another house, and then your house is an hour away, it's kind of like, girl. So I get it. But I also feel like Ashley and Giselle just wanted to see Angel's house so they could really just pick it apart. And girl, quiet as it's kept, I'm going to go ahead and just say this. Out of everybody on the motherfucking show, Angel has the best fucking house. I ain't seen a house. Girl, I saw the pictures, and based off the pictures, the house is fucking foul. Can't nobody say shit about Angel's house. Now, as of right now, because the house could look completely different, but the pictures that they showed, Angel's house is foul. Angel has the best fucking house. The last two, who should have anything to say, because Ashley's house looks like an Airbnb. That would be in Galveston, Texas, no shade. And Giselle's house, as for what Cameron said, is giving Ronald McDonald vibes. That's what Cameron said. I would say that. I forgot the other name. Angel's house is the best. Then probably Monique's. Then probably Wendy's. And everybody else is in the same boat. Okay? Anyways, girl. So on the way to the house, Monique basically says that Monique is trying to draw a parallel between her relationship with Chris and Angel's relationship. And I think that's so unfair because, girl, you don't even know this lady. And you ain't heard shit. You don't have enough information to make it seem as though Angel is the same as you. Because you just don't. And even when she was like, I've been there where you feel like you have to do everything, that's not true. Because I remember Bobby even saying, I'm going to go and clean up. And Angel was like, no, we're going to clean up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, baby, I seen Bobby in the kitchen cooking. Baby, we seen Bobby in the kitchen making tea. Girl, like, Bobby ain't like Chris from what I seen. So you can't try to make it be the same scenario. It might be, but I don't think that Monique has enough information to say that because of what he said, because of Angel saying, she's basically basing it off of what Angel said at her book release about Bobby not wanting to come. At that moment, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate when people make stuff bigger than what it is. The fact of the matter is, Bobby probably doesn't want to do this show. Just like a lot of the husbands don't want to do these fucking shows. They're doing it to support their wives. At that point, Angel's going to have to take accountability too. Angel had been running back and telling Bobby everything that these women were doing to her. So, of course, naturally, he probably not going to like these bitches. Okay? So now, on top of me not liking y'all, based off what my wife has told me, now we got to pack up and get out this house and go back to Colorado. And now y'all calling my phone more than likely. I'm sure that day, girl, it was chaos and confusion. They have 2 small kids, right? We're trying to pack this house up, and then we have to go shoot this scene. And I'm sure the producers were probably telling them to hurry the fuck up. And now y'all calling my phone. So even on the day of the event that they had, when Bobby said, oh, we'll get there when we get there, right? Like, that's why when Angel said he didn't want to come, because it was probably on top of all the shit that was going on. Him not wanting to come is not this indication that he's anything like fucking Chris Samuels. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? And I feel like Monique is just taking the smallest thing and trying to make it something. Girl, you don't have enough information to come up with this conclusion. Just like Ashley didn't have enough information to try to paint that man as he has a temper because he said we're going to get there when we get there. What's her name? Angel does the room assignments. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, I did Google. Stacey got a nice room. Everybody got their own rooms, basically. Except for Giselle and Ashley. She basically said, well, girl, since y'all want to be around each other so much, I decided y'all wouldn't mind sharing a room, too. Because she put them in the same room, I think, with twin beds. Wendy probably got Stacey got the best room, but Wendy probably got... Stacey had a nice room, but I will say that Wendy probably got the best room because she's away from everybody. You know, I be wanting to be in my own shit. Like when they had, remember when they had Tia in the slave quarters? I said, boy. You got the 2 light-skinned women in the house. Then you got the dark-skinned woman in the back in the slave quarters. I said, oh, baby. But no, girl, I would want it to be like that too, girl. Just put me in the back of my own space. And girl, I just walk up here whenever we got to do stuff, okay? So anyways, Wendy was down in the basement, basically. But it was a big room, a lot of space. So she was happy. I would have wanted that room anyways. I think that Angel is trying to, at this point, make it better with Wendy. Wendy basically said the door is closed. I mean, like I said, I'm not mad at it. You know, Wendy, people get mad when Wendy plays the housewife game when she does what we expect the girls to do. So if Wendy wants to beef with Angel to the end of the season, it's not that big of a deal to me. I just want her to shut her fucking mouth when it comes to low-key defending Ashley and Giselle. Because, girl, shut up. So... they were basically like, oh, Angel got her lick back. Angel got her lick back. And then Giselle was like, lick back for what? Lick back for what? We didn't do anything to Angel. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I tell you, like, Giselle is fucking nuts Giselle, you have been, big sister green eyes, you have been hazing this girl. That's one thing I don't like about Potomac. And Salt Lake City, low-key was doing that with Brittany. But they do this thing on Potomac where it's like they'll do something to you and then they expect you to move on because it's just a part of the program. But I think what makes it worse is the people who do the most hazing are the people who ain't really got a fuck shit going on, like Giselle and Ashley. Girl. Anyways, so Giselle starts saying, well, I have more information about the eviction anyways. And then Angel basically tells everybody, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, come on, Angel. Angel said, y'all in my motherfucking city. Okay. Angel said, y'all in my motherfucking city. Okay. She told them, she said, look, whatever y'all got to say, we're going to get it out right now. Because, I'm going to shut shit down. Because y'all not about to come onto my property with this negative ass fucked up energy. I said, bitch. She ain't say like negative fucked up energy, but she told them that whatever y'all have to say, we're going to get it out right now. I'm going to shut shit down and y'all not coming onto my property, into my home with this negative energy. I said, come on, bitch. And girl, Giselle just sitting there quiet and Ashley just sitting there quiet. Don't get quiet now. Don't get quiet now. I'm not mad at, and this is exactly why she didn't want y'all in her motherfucking house. Because you're not going to come to my house where my kids and my husband are, girl, thinking y'all going to talk to me any kind of motherfucking way, bringing whatever fucked up energy y'all got down over here to this address. You can stay up here in the mountains with the lions, tigers, and bears. Okay. Oh my, but bitch, you're not going to bring that shit down here. So before y'all even get to my address, baby, so y'all can pick apart my house, girl, and say what y'all don't like and do like, and girl, all this bullshit, we're going to get it out right now. I said, come on. I said, come on now. I said, come on, Angel. Anyways, and that was pretty much it. All right, y'all. I think that's all, girl. If I missed something, girl, we'll talk about it next week. Let me see. Yeah, that's it, girl. Ain't really shit happen. Ain't shit really happened this episode. All right, y'all have a good night. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.